Hey, what's up everyone, Ollie here. So before we get into this video, make sure to be subscribed and turn on notification bells if you guys are interested in my sort of end of month live podcast, live sort of Q&A that I've started doing. Basically just going through stuff that's happened over the last month and answering your questions. So yeah, make sure to turn on those notification bells to be notified of when I do go live. So anyway, with this video, I'll be going through basically my favorite tech of 2020, favorite tech and gear. I've actually done 2 of these for the last 2 years. You guys seem to enjoy them, so I thought, hey, why don't we just do them every year? So this isn't all tech that's necessarily come out this year alone. It's basically tech and gear that I've bought this year and that I've been using the most this year. So yeah, the first one being the M1 MacBook Pro. Now that's only come out a few months ago, but that's already my favorite tech, favorite gadget of the year. It's just completely transformed my setup and made me switch from my iMac to a MacBook Pro. I think the M1 MacBook Pro really changes what other people should expect from a laptop. And I'm really looking forward to Apple bringing their M1 chips to more powerful machines like the iMac, like the Mac Pro, like the 16-inch MacBook Pro. Because once they do bring those chips over to the larger, more pro machines, they're most likely going to be much more powerful as well. There'll be dedicated graphics too. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do, because I might just switch back to an iMac. But for now, the MacBook Pro, M1 MacBook Pro has been my main machine since I bought it. I use it for everything. I use it for video editing, photo editing, design, development, everything. And it's just a very capable machine. My smartphone of choice is the iPhone 12 Pro. I like the 12 Pro. I like the size of the 12 Pro. It's why I didn't go with the Max. I wish it had the camera from the Max, but the actual quality difference isn't that great anyway. But yeah, I really like the form factor of the 12 Pro. I really like the squared off design. I have an Apple leather case on mine, and yeah, it's just a fantastic all-round phone. Phones in general though, the improvements year to year are really slowing down. So, I mean, it's not that much different from the 11 Pro if I'm honest with you. But I really like the design of it. I prefer the design of it over the 11 Pro. The Sony A7S III, now this is an expensive camera, but I bought it a few months ago. I've been looking forward to it for years. And yeah, it's just completely changed how I do YouTube videos basically. I feel like the quality of my videos has gone up drastically ever since buying this camera. It makes it so much easier to edit footage. It makes it so much easier to shoot footage that I couldn't shoot before, because it can do 4K 120 FPS. I'll have a more in-depth sort of review experience of the Sony A7S III coming up, maybe in the next month or 2, because I've been using it as my main camera ever since I bought it a few months ago, and yeah, it's just blown me away by how good it is. With the Sony A7S III, I also bought the Sigma 24mm 1.4 lens, which I'm using right now for this video, and yeah, it's just a really nice, I'm looking at my screen right now, but yeah, it's just a really nice wide angle shot that also has a lot of depth of field. You can see that my face is in focus, but all of this stuff is blurry and everything behind me is blurry. It gives my A-roll shots like this one just a really nice shallow depth of field, which I like. It's sort of my sort of style when it comes to doing videography and photography. And yeah, very sharp as well. Autofocus is great. It works really well for making YouTube videos. PS5 was my console of choice this year, next gen console of choice. I do actually prefer the design of the Xbox, of the new Xbox, but I've been a PlayStation user since I was a child. I've had every single PlayStation, and yeah, I have friends on PlayStation as well. So it just made sense to get the PS5. And the PS5 arguably also has better games. So yeah, love the PS5. Love being able to play 4K games. You know, it'd be nice if they could have more 120Hz games, especially FPS games. But hey, even playing at 4K 60 FPS is such a massive difference compared to the PS4. I also recently changed up my workspace setup. You guys should check that out if you haven't seen it already. I got a new desk shipped all the way from Canada. It's the Sway desk from Ergonoffice. And yeah, I've been looking for a walnut standing desk for like a year and a half now, a year. And yeah, there just wasn't many options. But when I found the Ergonoffice one, I knew I had to have it. It looks fantastic. It works really well. The quality of it, the finish of it is incredible. And yeah, it just matches all of the other walnut pieces that I have. You can see I have a walnut table here. Have a walnut looking sort of shelving unit here. I have other walnut pieces around my home. I'm just a big fan of walnut. So yeah, love my Sway desk. It just looks incredible in my office. So something that I invested in this year was a Sonos system, a Sonos speaker system. Sonos has been around for ages, but I got their Sonos One speakers. I've got 4 of them around my home, and yeah, I actually love them. The sound quality they give out is fantastic. I love the design of them as well, because I feel like they're designed to actually fit in your furniture. A lot of speakers are quite in your face with the materials and the colors they use, but Sonos One speakers, they simply just come in black and white, and I think they look awesome. They fit really well with my interior, and like I said, the sound quality is awesome. It's great being able to have multiple speakers around my home and just have the music playing through all of them, because when I walk through my house, it feels like there's music coming from everywhere. It's just a fantastic experience. It's quite hard to explain how good the experience is until you experience it yourself. Sonos One speakers aren't cheap though. They're around $200, £200, but they do regularly go on sale for like $50 off, £50 off. And that's what I did. I purchased a few when they were on sale. And yeah, they've basically been my main music listening around the home. I know you can get cheaper speakers, but I'm happy to pay the premium to have a better design, better software, and everything integrated really well. I recently purchased the AirPods Max, and yeah, these have been a fantastic pair of headphones. I've been really impressed by them. Obviously, they are very expensive for what they are, but the sound quality, the experience that they give, I think is awesome. I've had them for a few weeks now, and I've been using them quite regularly. Battery life as well is awesome, and I found them fairly comfortable. Not the most comfortable headphones in the world, and I think it's because I wear glasses and I have quite a small head, I think, anyway, because I don't have to extend the poles out at all. I can wear them as they are pretty much. But yeah, I'm really impressed with them. I really like the quality of them, the finish, the materials, and how they integrate really well with iOS, with Macs. Yeah, just a great all-round experience so far. So another product that I actually recommend for charity is this USB charging cable with multiple dongles on the end. So you have your normal USB, you have your micro USB, you have Lightning, you have USB-C, and you have another Lightning. So there's two Lightning cables on this. So as you guys already know, I got cancer in the middle of the year. So yeah, these cables actually come from cancer research. Basically, every time you buy one of these, a portion of the sales is donated to cancer research. So if you guys are looking for a multi-charging cable, which you can use at home, traveling, whatever else, I feel like this is ideal for traveling because you can just clip it onto your bag or whatever else. Yeah, this is a great cable to get. There's two versions. There's a charging cable and there's a data and charging cable. And yeah, every single one that's bought, portion of the sales will go to charity. So yeah, if you guys are interested in these, I'll leave a link to it down in the description below. So mechanical keyboards are definitely the rage right now. Everyone seems to want a mechanical keyboard. I had the Keychron K2 last year, but I also bought the Keychron K1, mainly because it's got thinner sort of keys, thinner switches. And yeah, I really like it. I'm really a big fan of it. It has a great battery life, but can also be connected via USB-C to your computer. It works on Mac and Windows, and it can even work on your phone because it has Bluetooth. So yeah, just a really great all-round keyboard. It also has RGB, if you guys are into that sort of thing. Yeah, lights up all different colors, basically. If you're into that, I prefer it without RGB, to be honest with you. I just like it having quite minimalist and plain like that. But yeah, if you guys are looking for a mechanical keyboard, and you want something that's fairly affordable, I think these are actually very affordable for what they are, check out Keychron. I'll leave links to them down in the description below. And the last item is the Apple Magic Keyboard for the iPad Pro. I actually have it right here. So I actually use it when it comes to recording videos because I have my notes for my videos on here. I don't use a script, I usually just run off notes when it comes to making videos. But yeah, the Apple Magic Keyboard, I purchased it earlier this year and it is a fantastic setup for the iPad Pro. If you don't have a MacBook, and you want to switch fully over to the iPad Pro, I feel like a lot of people can definitely get away with just using an iPad Pro and using the Apple Magic Keyboard. It's a great keyboard, but the keys do have very little travel. But if you're used to using Apple keyboards in general, I don't think many people will have an issue. One thing to keep in mind though, is that if you do go for the 11-inch version like I have here, some of the keys are slimmer, smaller, so that they could fit it into the size that it is. If you want an iPad to replace your MacBook setup, probably go for the larger version. I think the smaller version, it works well, I like it, but because I also already have a MacBook and I have an iMac as well, I don't mind having the smaller keyboard. But yeah, I use it here. You know, I'll sometimes write down notes in the middle of videos if I want to talk about something, just maybe something has just come to mind. Very impressed with the Apple Magic Keyboard. So yeah, that is just some of my favorite tech and gear of 2020. Let me know what you guys have bought this year, what you guys have used this year, in the comments below. I'm always looking for new tech. It doesn't just have to be tech, it can be any sort of gear that's maybe made your life better. It could be as simple as like a wallet or something. But yeah, some of the stuff that I've enjoyed, leave your suggestions in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter and subscribe for more.